Hi all, this is my first time doing live video, but I've heard it's all the rage, so I figured it's about time that I hop on and I do something live. If you've followed Mama Says Namaste at all, you know I'm doing a series right now on the 10 essential lessons for life. These have been really fun to dive through, and I have gone through the first 5 so far, and now I'm headed into a new shift with them. So the first 5 essential lessons for life were things that I felt as a parent were important that I taught to my children. And so those were things like lesson number 1 was on attitude and the type of attitude that we have toward our children, and just having a positive attitude and a positive outlook on life. And then the next one, lesson 2, was on fostering independence. And this was kind of based on a quote that was hanging in my home when I was a kid. That is, there are 2 lasting gifts you can give your children. One is roots and the other is wings. And so we talk about fostering independence. The third one was natural consequences, and how I believe that natural consequences are so powerful in helping kids to learn things and to have it stick. It's not just because they got caught, it's because there was a natural consequence. Number 4, we had the abundance mentality, and I talked about being a bucket filler and what it means to fill people's buckets. And then last week, I had a touchy subject. I talked about no secrets and how we have an open door policy in our house. So we've talked about all of those, and all of those are great for what kind of things we as parents have wanted to instill in our children. But I wanted to also take the last 5 and talk about the lessons that we've learned because of the children that we have and the things that have kind of come to the forefront. This has kind of been in honor of the fact that my oldest daughter just turned 10, and so we're kind of celebrating this first decade of parenting and looking at what lessons we can learn from our kids. So this first one that I write about this week is about meeting our children where they are and helping to build resilience and comforting first. Before we assess, we fix, we come up with our solution and our advice and our opinion. What can we offer them? So after that, I'm going to go into a few more, like picking your battles and quality time and how to play. And I want your involvement in this. If you have something that has been a powerful lesson that you've learned from your children, or a powerful lesson that you really feel is critical that you want to teach to your kids, I want to hear it. I have the Mama Says Namaste page here, but I also have the Mama Says Namaste Facebook group where you can really weigh in, share articles, ask questions, and get feedback from other families. Also, I also wanted to share with you that I have a newsletter that goes out now, and so if you want to get on top of all of the things that are going on and whatever topic it is, those go out every Friday. And I also am going to be launching a podcast in less than 2 weeks. June 2nd is the launch date for a podcast that's going to be the Mama Says podcast, Mama Says Namaste podcast, and I'll talk about a lot of the things that I've talked about on the website already, and do those kind of series focused. So we'll do one that's all on understanding the personality styles in your home, and then something on marriage and laughter, humble pie, and lots of sex, and unschooling and travel and minimalism. And the more feedback I get from you guys, the more I can give you the resources that are helpful to you. You'll notice that I have free printables a lot of times in my blogs, and I also have chances where you fill out a survey and you can things, and I want to do more contests. So if you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, or more feedback for me, I would love to hear it. And thank you so much for liking this page and being a part of this community. Namaste.